I got the Indianapolis Colts as potentially the number one threat to the New England Patriots. Here's why. That offensive line is real. There's some men up there. And when you talk about beating a team like the Patriots, helping to keep Tom Brady off the field goes a long way. Now, this defense is elite. Nobody has really played smash mouth football against the New England Patriots and said, look, man, we ain't smarter than you. We understand you know all the tricks. We know that secondary with McCourty and those boys is real. But what you can't plan for is us playing smash mouth. When we take a whole bunch of dudes, like 5 dudes, they eat nothing but meat and potatoes all their life since they came out of the womb. They all 300 plus, and I mean just mass, just girt, just leaning on you is a problem. When they sit up there and say, yeah, this is how we gonna play this game, and we're coming this way. We ain't going this way. We ain't going this way. We're coming right here at you. Let's see what you do with that. And so for me, I'm looking at Jacoby Brissett, who's not having a bad season right now, completing nearly 65% of his passes, all right? He's only thrown 3 interceptions on the year, 14 touchdowns. He's playing some really impressive football. And you look at what they bring to you. Defensively, they're relatively respectable. The fact that they could play smash-mouth football and keep the football away from you offensively, I think that that's something that you got to pay attention to.
I don't think the Colts are the biggest threat to the Patriots in the AFC. I know what you're talking about, and I've been saying since the preseason. 1 through 53, the Colts are, you could argue, the best team in the AFC when you look at the strength of their entire roster. But their 1 through 22, I don't think is. And I think you need some more high-end performers on offense, particularly with Andrew Luck's retirement, right? But it shows you how deep they were, that they lost their franchise quarterback, and they're still a powerhouse. I'm going to leave the Chiefs alone for a second because I think when they're fully healthy, that's the answer, okay? I think Belichick is going to put some stuff on tape that ain't going to be there in the playoffs. I think that he will coach this game against the Ravens. Yes, of course, they're always trying to win, but I think he has his eyes on the prize, and he wants to put some stuff that, oh, I'm seeing ghosts. If they meet in the playoffs and the Ravens study tape from this upcoming game, they're going to be in for a big surprise. I believe. So the Ravens might upset them. Because of that, in my opinion, of the non-Chiefs teams, the one that I think gives the Patriots the biggest threat, and it's not even because of the depth of their roster. I think they're flawed. It's one man. It's the Houston Texans. Because of that man, Deshaun Watson. He just wins the game in the end. That's what he does. And it's been that way since college. And now he has the numbers to go with it. But he has that magic sauce at the end of games. His team believes in him. He believes in his receivers. He will make the play by hook or by crook with his legs or his arm. He will figure out a way to get it done. It's a flawed team, but of the non-Chiefs teams in the AFC, that's the team that would scare me because of Deshaun Watson if I were the Patriots.
I think, look, when you get into November and December, there are 2 things you better be able to do. You better have an offensive line that can control the clock. When it gets cold, it's hard for quarterbacks to throw the ball around. It just the game kind of condenses itself in November and December. New England can do that. New England can play however you want. So I think you're on the right track when you're talking about teams that can play however they need to, not how they want to, but how they need to. I just don't know. I don't know if Kansas City can play how you need to play in November and December because defensively, they haven't answered the question of when someone lines up and plays smash mouth with them that they'll be able to punch them back. New England can do it. I think the Colts can do it. I think the Ravens can do it. Those are the type of teams that can play ball control, will hog the ball for 35, 40 minutes, keep you off the field, just like New England wants to do to you. So then it's kind of like force on force. Which teams can play that kind of style? That's why Kansas City scares me. And look, I love Andy Reid to death. I love Pat Mahomes. I love the high-flying theatrics of that offense. But the defense is still flawed. And they're trying like crazy to build it up and make it stronger down the middle. They just can't seem to get it done.
Max,
they just can't seem to get it done for whatever reason.
Will the Patriots remain unbeaten?
No, I don't think they're going to remain unbeaten. I think there's a good chance for an upset this weekend.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Who do you have winning the game?
I still have the Patriots winning this game. You know why? Because, look, literally, Bill can come into a staff meeting with a piece of paper that looks like this, just like that, and go, I have nothing from last week. I'm going to construct it all from scratch. because I'm just going to look at the team that we're going to play. I'm going to take away that. We haven't run this front, that coverage, or this special teams type of coverage all year long, but I built my team with the right kind of people who are smart, intelligent guys. I've seen him do it. He did it when we were in Cleveland.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You know, I give speeches sometimes, and one of the things that I say is, I'm a pretty brilliant guy, because I know I'm not. I just listen to those who are, and I steal. How in the hell do we have one NFL coach after another? They're supposed to know the game of football.
Yeah.
They're supposed to know what's going on. They listen to Louis Riddick and everybody else talking about the greatness of Bill Belichick and what he does and why, and none of them can emulate it.
That's a great question.
Can somebody tell me why they can't do that?
You know, it's the same as this, Stephen A., right? Every coach talks about holding people accountable, keeping their feet to the fire, not cutting any corners and all. But then, as Mike Tomlin says, when the rubber meets the road, they cut corners. They don't really hold people accountable. Guys trickling in late. All of a sudden, you know, the chemistry of the football team starts to fracture, and all of a sudden, that's how you lose a game here or there. Bill doesn't do that. There is no cutting corners. There's none of that. And when he says this, look, I'm truly going to dissect your weaknesses. And I'm going to believe that my players can start from scratch because I've gathered the right type of guys, meaning I'll take less of an athlete if I think you're smarter than that guy, which means over 3 hours, however long a game takes, you're not going to mess. You're going to do exactly what I tell you. It may not look as dramatic as that guy, but you're going to do it right because over the long haul, people lose games more than they win them. They lose them because they don't focus. Look, when I was a backup for him. And he used to say, you know what the difference between backups and starters are? Backups can't do it all the time. They can't dial in all the time. Starters can.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.